Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's very good to be back here at Central Baptist in Palmyra and to share with you today about what I would call the spirituality behind our ministry. Because unlike many of your other presenters, I am not currently pastoring a local church. As Senior Regional Pastor of ABCNJ, my job is to oversee the spiritual journeys of 300 churches and about 340 pastors. So at first glance, it might seem that there's nothing I can share with you that would be applicable to your level. But actually, that's exactly what I intend to do. But to preface that, I of course wanted to say a little bit about the region. You know that, of course, the journey of our region is focused around three major themes. That we should be a Christ-centered group of churches, because Jesus is the Lord of the church. He's our pastor. Mission-focused, because he gave us the Great Commission, and after 2,000 years, we haven't yet finished it. And pastoral, or as churches use it, loving in spirit, because nobody will ever join a Christian body or a church if we fight well, but rather they join because we love well, and we experience that love with one another. From that threefold vision arises a mission statement for ABCNJ that we seek to reach New Jersey for Jesus Christ by helping our churches, pastors, and our regional ministries be healthy expressions of Christ's presence in our world and faithful in our service to Christ. As a result, we have four priorities in the region. One, to promote healthy and faithful churches, and I know that Central Palmyra has already been through the healthy and faithful survey process that we use for that. Promoting healthy and faithful pastors, you might be interested in knowing that we're actually going to have a new survey just for pastors to help them evaluate their own spiritual life and their work as pastors of local churches. That should be introduced within 2 months. We're in the mock-up phase on that now. Promoting healthy and faithful regional ministries, because of course our ministries are merely the extension of our local churches. We want them to mirror those two qualities. And healthy and faithful regional ministry staff. Obviously we have to, as a regional ministry team, be spiritually healthy and faithful if we're going to accomplish this kind of vision. Our belief is that if the church were to do this, we would see the base then of, Christ-centered, mission-focused, pastoral in spirit. Then upon that, spiritual health and faithfulness. And then that should mean that our churches would have impact all around the state. And we define impact in 6 ways. First of all, that there would be a deeper form of discipleship in the church. Our Jesus Christ from cover to cover Bible studies would be an example of how we're trying to foster a deeper sense of spirituality in our fellowship. Stewardship growth. We would expect the churches to be able to raise more funds for their mission and mission in other localities. And numerical growth. We do want our churches to grow in terms of the number of people as well, like in the book of Acts. We believe, therefore, we would be able to influence the world through our missions, influence new generations, because the church is only 1 generation away from extinction, right? And thirdly, we would influence our communities with ministries of caring and concern that would show them that we're really trying to make a difference. But that is sort of the vision and the mission. And any local church could take this pyramid, couldn't they? And apply it to your own setting. And that's why I've handed it out to you. You might want to actually look at your own strategic direction and say, if we were to be Christ-centered, mission-focused, and pastoral in spirit, if we were to exhibit spiritual health and faithfulness, what kind of impact should we expect to change the internal life of the church and our community roundabout? So it's a very helpful chart in that regard. But many of our churches don't realize that behind this whole sort of pragmatic, organizational way of looking at our mission as a region and local churches is really a spiritual model, a spiritual paradigm that I have been working on for almost 30 years now. We call it as the rubric Endless Possibilities, a shameless plug for my first book that I wrote. And really, it's everything you see, and you've been hearing hearing from the region is based on my understanding of what a Christian life should be and how churches can journey together. So what I'd really like to do with my time, rather than talking specifically about the region, is give you an introduction to spirituality and realize that everything we're doing is based on that, and everything a church should do has to be based on some understanding of the Christian life of spirituality. So in a sense, I want to tell you in 10 minutes the secret behind the power of the regional ministry. What makes it so compelling, and why are we seeing spiritual fruit?